after being marginalized in the debate for a couple of decades, after the end of the 20th century, the issue of linking relief, rehabilitation and development is back on the agenda. And it is influencing the planning of donors, implementing actors and local institutions. The creation of financial and operational cross-cutting frameworks for long and short-term programming is currently being developed, but it is still problematic. And it is in light of these considerations that the NOHA Winter School has been designed to offer an informed and practice-oriented approach to the main challenges, current discussion and key issues around linking relief, rehabilitation and development.
NOHA is by now a global association of universities that are all committed to research on and education in international humanitarian action. We do believe that as academia we have a role to play in enhancing the quality, the professionalism and the effectiveness of humanitarian action. And that's why we are very pleased to have throughout the years a range of summer and winter schools on a variety of topics that will introduce the students and participants to important knowledge and knowledge build-up that we gather throughout the years.
Linking relief, rehabilitation and development as a concept has been developed during the crisis, food security crisis and famine crisis in Western Africa in the 80s, and has been developed in policy debates and in practical implication at field level in the following decades. Put it in a simple way, this means that the programs in the humanitarian field and in development field should be managed taking into consideration each other, so focusing on intervention that have a global sense in the perspective of rebuilding the social fabric, the economic environment of the society we support in terms of aid. It is not an easy exercise, and that it has been proven difficult at field level, and it is still highly debated for practical implication linked to the identity and the values of the organization working on it, and the practical implication of working in very, very complex situations, in particular when dealing with post-conflict situations.
The main message I would like to share with you is the fact that the lessons learned tell us that there are no unpredictable events. Natural or man-made disasters are predictable, and it's the willingness, is the capacity of the man to reduce the vulnerability. We need to work and we need to be prepared, and we need to spend and to invest in preparedness and prevention if we want to be safe, if we want to reduce the vulnerability, if we want to be in conditions that allow us to face any kind of natural or man-made disaster.
Food security is one of the main fields concerned by the transition from humanitarian aid to long-term development. Within the development and humanitarian communities, there is an initial convergence around concepts of social protection and safety nets. In this context, the twin-track approach is a framework that represents a platform for a joint and shared planning between humanitarian and development actors.
So disaster risk reduction activities, the heart of them is the preparedness of the community and the institutions, is to build and strengthen their capacities. But these activities, this preparedness activity cannot be done without prevention and mitigation activity as well. So to have an integrated approach, we have to work the three of them together. And very important as well is to apply them in all the phases of an intervention, meaning during relief intervention, during rehabilitation, and during development. In this way, we can face all the root cause of disasters.